It's time for a Leonardo Recapulo. Um, Recently we played a game of D&D. Uh, the party had traveled to Moncafa, the holy village where pilgrims travel to in order to take the magic boats across Lake Kaffa, which is filled with fog. The only way to go to the Tower of Contemplation. I have to check out my wife in a sec to see if she fell asleep or what. What are you doing? Just chilling? Wow. Uh, Crossing the fog to get to the Tower of Contemplation. That's what pilgrims do. That's what our party ultimately did. But first, when they got to Moncafa, the village full of low-walled clay huts with geometric patterns on them, where one cannot bring a parasol nor wear red. When they first got there, they were like, "Hey, let's go to this emporium." And they went to the emporium and they bought many things. And one of them tried to masquerade as a tabaxi and steal a cloak of Arachnida and almost succeeded. And then at the start of last session, they went to the tavern where they met Syrah, the mayor slash proprietor of Syrah's Holy Tavern and Inn. They also met an elderly drunken woman named Mirelda, who ended up being Andre's first kiss. Zombie Amelie may have been jealous if she has a capacity to be. Uh, Syrah was offended when Celeste was questioning her nonviolent beliefs. Miki and Sarah encouraged Amelie to try to seduce Andre. Andre, after making out with the old woman and having his first kiss, I'm really wondering what my wife's thinking of this recap. Are you listening to the podcast or are you listening to me? Yeah, I figured you're not listening to me. I'm talking about making out with zombies and overeating honey. Um, she's not listening to me, so that's
No.
fine. Um, Typical wife behavior. Uh, so So Andre was bummed out about having his first kiss with an elderly woman. How could my wife not listen to this? So he went outside. He went outside to overeat honey and think about his decisions. People came out and comforted him and stuff, and then everybody decided, let's go to the magic boats. They said, our DM is trying to railroad us into going to a Bali forest to get the fungus, save Greg's life. So let's go to the magic boats and throw him for a loop. So then the DM started shuffling all his paperwork around. Um, so yeah, they went and got in line at the Magic Boats land. They heard about a murder in the Tower of Contemplation. They
Wow.
heard about a dragon attack on the Magic Boats that killed one of the 100 holy ones, at least a rumor. They waited in line. They paid a beat up elderly tabaxi to get on the boats. They left in the magic boat, headed into the mist of Lake Kaffa. They met a little kobold bard on the boat, and then they were just riding the boat through the fog. The boat was made of one piece of wood, a large boat with a cabin in the middle of the boat. It had no engine, no oars. It just magically left as soon as the boat was full. It started plowing through the damp and moist mist north across Lake Kaffa towards the Isle of Kaffa. And as it plowed through the mist, pink and purple creatures, which Darius said were living thoughts, thoughts made manifest, pensamientos, as they say, so as not to be confused with what the youths call thoughts. And these creatures jumped out of the fog, started attacking people. They killed bystanders. They put intrusive thoughts into the heads of our adventurers. Seleth got enlarged by Sarah using a magic spell and did some solid melee damage, but also fell off the roof and squished someone's loved one. Um, but had some clutch guiding bolts. Andre cast Sanctuary on zombie Amelie because he was feeling illogical. And
Let's go.
Sarah's zombies helped out a lot, although they were all standing on the edge of the boat, and Sarah was really afraid that I was gonna dump her zombies into the water. Miki accidentally crapped out a bunch of grease due to a wild magic roll. But eventually the thoughts were defeated and the group survived and they rode deeper into the mist. So we start our adventure today with the group standing on the deck of the boat, the humid mist clinging to their faces, not really much to see as this wooden boat continues north, but you do see the weeping survivors, people poking their heads out of the cabin and looking at you. There was some applause when you saved lives earlier, although some people were a little mad at you. And there you are. And Kaz sticks his head out of the cabin and says, "What did I miss?" He was having a were-rat fit. He was quivering and feverishly sweating and now he's back.
You better not have bitten Santi
Where's Santi?
in the cabin.
Oh, I was wondering who that was. Nah. This lizard.
uh,
No, no.
how long does this spell keep me big for?
Oh, hold on, let me consult my spell book. Uh,
Or,
da, da, da. 1 minute, so oh, you're small again.
Ah, that was strange.
Hopefully it was helpful.
It was. I do not think I would have been able to climb up on the cabin without it.
Hmm.
Cabin climbing, that sounds like quite a fun time.
Hey, what was up with you, actually? It missed the fight? How was the cabin?
Oh, the cabin, it was very fun. I took my time and just wrote a book or two or three, and I decided to read a couple novels that while I
Hmm.
was at it. It was my other hand, you see. No, it was, I didn't remember any of it. I was having, I assume, uh, a were-rat experience. I honestly don't remember any of it.
Of course. Well, should we gather up the dead and get to pack up as a group, you know?
Yeah. Uh, anything you all need help packing with, I can help with.
Mhm.
But how many people died during that fight?
it's hard to tell. Body parts litter the deck. Uh,
Jesus.
maybe I mean 2 or 3 were directly killed in front of you, but I think 6 or 8 people probably perished.
If they
Uh,
had defended themselves and each other, this would have been a much less costly fight for them.
I don't know if it would have helped, really. They don't seem particularly capable.
Every hand is able, are they not?
Mhm.
They can make up for it with their numbers.
True.
Dice scowls at you.
Uh, I I'd say the heart matters more than the amount of hands. Army of 300, for example, would be formidable against any number of enemies if they just refuse to die.
Yes, I suppose.
But numbers do help. They really
Yes.
do.
But you know, they just stood by and watched the others be killed with their loved ones.
Really?
Yes, and they got mad at me because I fell.
Oh, what?
One of them hears you talking and was like, I am not a fighter. I am but a humble farmer.
Do you know how to swing a hoe?
What
Yeah.
do you mean by that?
I mean the tool for farming. You are a farmer. You do not know what a hoe is?
Well, okay. I use it to till the. I don't have my hoe here. I'm on a pilgrimage.
This is true. You do not have it, but you can pick something up and swing it like one.
Thank you for defending us, but this is horrible.
Why are you so upset?
Yes, he's acting as if he lost somebody.
Stone cold, both of you. Damn.
I think that person did lose someone, probably
Oh.
someone that you fell on.
Yeah, 100%.
What?
Death is a natural thing.
Wait, what?
It is something we must all live with at some point in our lives.
I take
It
offense to
sounds
that.
silly when I say that.
The person you're talking to jumps off the boat and kills themselves.
No.
No.
Oh,
I shall see my wife again.
life
You
is a
must live in
precious
her
thing.
stead.
They say something like, "Why didn't I defend her with my hoe?" And then they're dead.
I am converting them already. It is a good thing.
Kaiser is just gonna go over and try and comfort them. Like,
That person's already dead.
oh no, they're dead. Oh, my bad.
Oh god.
Oh, they're serious. Okay. Kaiser just gives them a little salute as they sink, I guess.
Celeste just talked someone to death.
Oh my goodness.
So now, I guess you don't need bards after all to talk someone to death.
Didn't even have to roll for that.
Psychic damage off the charts.
Darius comes up to you all and says, if our group was not here, these people might have been massacred.
Almost certainly.
Do you think those thoughts are what took down the other boat? Do you think that those could have been the supposed dragon that we heard about? Or is there something else on this lake?
I don't know. I know what you know, but this lake has always been safe for hundreds of years, so I don't know what could be causing these thoughts to. Did one of them affect you? Did it make you think things?
Yeah, it reminded me of my family. But I was able to shake it off a little bit. But yeah, it was not good thoughts.
It was a quite the headache.
Yes, I saw my wife's face for a moment. Well, there is much to investigate at the Isle of Kaffa. These murders we heard about, these thoughts. I heard you say you were told by the prince to find this entrance person. I think, and then the dragon. It is a lot. Are any of you familiar with the tower and its inner workings?
No, I cannot say that I am.
All I know of the tower is what you told us.
Yes.
Sarah, you can give me a history roll.
Okay.
History. History.
History.
History's in the past.
Praise
Future.
Did I crit? Oh, I crit.
Oh, snap, let's go.
Big money.
Good morning.
You know everything. Let's see. I'm gonna, since you know everything, I'm gonna cut and paste some stuff.
You see the universe all flash before your eyes.
At a Matrix moment, just all the information downloaded.
I know Kung Fu.
She's believing.
This is my knowledge from past life.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome to roleplay an overly intelligent response to his. Do any of you know anything about the tower?
Oh, God. Yeah. What do you want to know? This happens so rarely. All of my memories are horrible. Wow. It's like a full Google Docs worth of information.
What is this Mage Google?
Cougar.
Is this a deity of this land?
And why is he by the docks?
I did not see them.
Me neither. I don't believe so.
Oh,
Why do they
yes.
call it the Tower of Contemplation?
Why?
Yeah,
Oh.
and not the Tower of Spike that grew out of the ground.
Oh, good question.
Oh, maybe you contemplate the spike that comes out of the ground. That part I don't remember.
What are we talking about?
I just sort of started vamping while you tasting this.
Okay. So he says to you,
Hey, fixed it.
Hey, what up, buddy?
Woo!
hey,
What?
I already sent like 5 cameras to your home. So he says to you, Sarah, are you familiar with the 12 facets of the Tower of Contemplation?
Yes, of course.
And then you just list them all off and what they all mean.
Wow.
Writing that down.
How do you know so much about this? I thought you may know just like a thing or two, but that was like,
I'm gonna be real. I just unlocked like a full conversation from my childhood. It's all like blurry. I don't remember like my siblings' names or like my mom's name. But hey, that conversation about the Tower of Contemplation, I
oh,
wasn't even born near here. It's just straight up. But
dang.
Hey, it's in the Lore Dumps channel,
woo,
and Darius starts saying some of it. He's like, yes, the black facet, they are dedicated to stillness, and they praise Fetlan by doing absolutely nothing. They believe that is the best way to praise Fetlan. The brown facet it believes in creation and believes that the best way to self-sacrifice is to build. There are many ways to praise Fetlan. As you know, Sarah, please fill in the blanks. And while you all are looking at that, I'm going to take 90 seconds to kiss my wife goodnight. BRB.
Sure.
Okay. Oh man. How does it feel, man, for the camera to work?
Feels the same as last week.
Snap, my guy.
I'm looking forward to going to the Tower of Contemplation and having in-game reason to take a class in Paladin.
Ooh, let's go.
Going there to contemplate.
Yeah. Going there to contemplate all the old lady kissing I did.
It's the idea that Andre gets really religious after meeting all of us is so funny.
I mean, if I met someone who I thought was like wearing a suit of armor but then they like opened up their suit of armor to reveal that they were a corpse the whole time. And then also the wizard that I knew turned into like a lycanthrope or a lichen rat. I'd be feeling, I'd have some questions for the man up there as well. Or
I
woman or
guess.
whatever.
Fair enough.
Flying spaghetti monster. I've
The
got
great
questions.
turkey.
Turkey in the sky.
Fetlan is the turkey god, of course, but the god of self-sacrifice. But many sacrifice in different ways, like Sileth here, who clearly loves to bleed. But others, do other things. For example, the gold facet is dedicated to commerce. They're all about the money and the trade, or the bronze facet, which is all about mathematics. A wonderful, multifaceted group, the Tower of Contemplation. And he says to you, Sarah, are you also familiar with how the 100 Holy Ones work? The ruling theocratic group in this country?
Yes, of course. The 100 Holy Ones being the group of 100 holy leaders who live in the Tower of Contemplation, as far as I'm aware.
Well, twice a year. Why don't you roll history?
Okay.
We'll see what you
Let's
already
do
know.
it. Run it back, nat 20 again.
Run it back. Oh,
It's
dang.
21.
A dirty 21.
Oh, it's my past life. Make it higher.
Thought about it with the nat 20. Wanted to get that 30.
So
Yeah, that's enough to get another little lore dump about the 100 Holy Ones.
nice.
Um,
There's 100 people, and they're holy.
I'm looking for the other little block of text about them that I can drop on you. I'm Slim Shady, yes, I'm the real Shady. All you ever see us to my Tatey, so what the real Slim Shady? Please stand up.
I didn't even realize there was music playing in the background.
Oh yeah, only the best background music in this game.
Nice.
Oh, I know. I can find it by searching for the 100 Holy Ones. Or HHO, as I call them.
Happy home ownership.
Happy home ownership. A never encountered impossibility.
That's going to be the treasure at the end of the campaign. We're going to be able to co-own a home. It's going to be a timeshare.
Oh,
I call the first room on the right on the second floor.
It's
They
never
said
going to
it
be
was a
available when
myth.
you want it.
A thing only of legend.
I can't find the chunk of text, so I'll just tell you. Dias is like, yes, you know so much, Sarah, and I'm sure the rest of them know, as you will tell them, that the 100 Holy Ones are all tabaxi, and they live in the Tower of Contemplation, and they they are elected, new ones are selected once a year, they are replaced. So there are many tabaxi in the tower that are not 100 Holy Ones now, that were 100 Holy Ones before. Every year they pass off to the next successor. Oh, and I'm sure you're already aware that they have various speakers for their the way they make decisions as the 100 holy ones. There is a first speaker, a second speaker, a third speaker, and these people are in charge of gathering a consensus from the other 100 holy ones, and sort of gathering the group conscience, if you will, so that they can make a decision together. So they have positions of great responsibility, within the 100 holy ones. And as Sarah and Darius just sort of blast you guys with lore as you're riding, surrounded by dead bodies and wounded and stuff, you make your way through the fog. Does anybody have any questions for him or Sarah about the stuff all the lore he's been dropping on you?
Not personally.
One of these says self-defense. I thought that they said that they couldn't defend themselves.
Which one are you saying?
Protection.
The blue?
Yes.
I don't think you heard me well. It is the shield. It is only defending oneself. Like very good armor.
So they just get very good armor or very good at getting hit?
Yes, they protect others. I'm sure you saw the person who looks like a bouncer in Syrah's Holy Tavern. That person is just there to take the hits so the others can escape, You hug the person and hold them close to you as they stab you to death. This is the way.
Oh,
Well, I suppose I'll keep my mouth shut for now.
remembering all that, it sort of makes me reconsider my deal a little. Like, is that sort of me? Do I just... Because the whole point of the metal stuff is to be protection, but
Yeah, but you fight back.
yes,
Yes.
yes.
As this is the same for me. I fight back. That is what makes us different from. This is quite. Every time I learn more, I find it more and more silly.
Well,
Yes, I
honestly,
heard only defending oneself, and I was, I guess I made an assumption.
you know, I respect it. I don't think anyone believes in anything enough to just let someone stab them repeatedly, knowing the outcome. The amount of mental fortitude and belief that requires is actually astounding.
I harm myself in order to help others on a regular basis.
Oh,
But
yes,
um,
but
I just simply find it selfish, I think.
yes.
It's a
And
selfish act that they are not defending others.
I see, but we have a chance of survival and they have 100% casualty rate. Like, I don't get it, but they believe in it more than just about anyone believes in anything, I think. They're not willing to die. They know they'll die. This is crazy. I've got to think about this.
It certainly is something that I don't think I could understand.
Yes.
Well, they all praise Fetlan differently, Fetlan is just about giving of oneself at the end of the day, and I think that is inherently good. But maybe beating yourself and slicing yourself, not a great idea, or just running into someone's sword and saying, time to die for me, maybe not that great. I don't know. But there are many philosophies.
Hmm.
Speaking of bloody, is there like a bucket or something?
Sure.
Yeah, I'd like to get a bucket of water from the lake and Just dump it on myself. I gotta clean myself up.
Oh, Miki will join you in cleaning herself off because she's
Yeah.
still covered in grease.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Kind of
Oh
bracket.
yeah, the grease.
Perhaps you should use some soap. Here, I think I have some somewhere.
Oh, you actually have some soap on you. Oh, that's great.
Oh yes, I forgot to ask. Why are you so like glassy?
Yeah, it's
It's not really like water, it's just super glossy.
it's you know how sometimes just random things happen around me whenever we're fighting,
Yeah.
like turning into a pot of plants or
Mhm.
turning into a giant glowing person or getting taller permanently. Yeah, it's one of those things.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Is that
Wow.
is that how you became so tall?
Well, I was naturally very tall originally, but I wasn't originally 6'8". I was originally 6'3".
Oh,
Oh. Wow. You would have only been 3 inches taller than me.
Mm.
It's a little bit disheartening.
Guys, how do you think I feel? I thought I was the tallest at 6'7", and then
You would have had me beat. Maybe in a couple years you'll still have me beat. You're still growing.
possibly, if I'm lucky.
I believe in you.
Mm.
Andre the Giant is what they'll call you.
Andre Brower
I
the
don't know.
Giant.
It doesn't
Yeah.
roll off the tongue.
Mm.
Maybe in
I
time.
suppose. Yeah. Yeah. Just give it time.
it could grow on you.
Oh, oh.
Mm.
I'm going to check on your lizard horse.
Uh, I'm just gonna yell, Santi, poke your head out.
I'm going to check on the others inside the cabin.
Do you want to check on my undead with me? They seem frazzled.
As long as it'll get me away from the puns for a moment.
Very well, come with me.
Andre's just walking away with Sarah, and I'm just telling Sarah, please don't say pun dead. Please don't say pun dead.
It's like boiling within me. It wants to be said.
Single tear down her cheek.
So going inside the cabin to check on the undead.
Mhm.
All right. You go in there. There they are. Most of them are just standing completely still. Amelie is kind of like uh uh,
Uh, I'm just gonna like continue doing my weird dollhouse routine where I like brush their hair and make them all look nice.
Is there a reason you do that, Sarah?
I want them to feel comfortable. I don't know.
Do they feel anything at this point?
Well, I can feel things to a certain extent, and they can move and talk, and I I like to think that making things a little nicer for them is good for them.
Mm, I suppose I suppose you would know better than I on the state of these creatures, beings.
I can only make assumptions, but I don't know. It just feels right.
I
uh
mean, they listen when you say something, right?
Mhm.
So they at least understand you, if not us, right?
Exactly. Um, hmm. Maybe there's a way I can command them to gain sentience or have a conversation with someone other than me.
I I suppose.
Hey, Point
I
Noir.
uh
Have listen to the instructions of Andre.
uh
Oh, there you go.
Paul Noir, do a jumping jack.
Good job. Wow, it works.
Well,
They understand people.
I
You
suppose.
only have to do one. That's fine. Thank you.
Well, this has been rather enlightening.
I feel pretty good about this, yeah. You know, all this talk about Fetlon and how its followers are self-flagellating and so I don't know. I I do feel like the version of me that was more protective was a little selfish in trying to take all that on. This feels a lot more collectivist and selfless in a way, letting all of us live after death together, you know?
I've never thought of it that way.
Hmm. Well, neither have I until recently, but it's good to keep growing, I suppose.
I suppose it is. Always learning.
Mhm.
The people on the deck, you start to see some kind of shape ahead in the fog. Looks like a bulky, blocky sort of dark shape in the mist that the boat is heading directly towards. And as it gets nearer, the mist thins a bit. And you see huge pieces of what looks like broken green bottle glass, blocky, squarish hunks of thick green opaque crystal with rounded corners jut from the ocean. Barnacles and weathering mar the clouded surface of these huge crystals, which haphazardly form the shape of a long dock. You see pilgrims on the dock, people in their cloaks with staves standing together and talking or walking into the distance on the Isle of Kaffa. The boat inexorably pulls itself closer to this opaque green crystal dock and stops at just the right spot. The various pilgrims on the boat start disembarking. A couple of them are carrying their dead or wounded. Some of them are crying. But there are a lot of people on this boat, and they're there to pilgrimage. Your little kobold friend walks by, and yeah, people are disembarking onto this thick green crystal dock with the waves of this almost inland sea kind of lake uh, crashing moderately against the dock, sort of a Lake Pontchartrain vibe. The people who clean themselves with water from the lake feel the salt of the water sticking on their skin. What do you do?
Suppose we make our way to the tower.
Do you leave the boat?
We have no purpose for it. Santi.
Santi comes out, giant lizard, thickly pulling itself out of the cabin, ready to be ridden, a steed, if you will.
Did you sleep well during all that? Excellent. Let us go.
Santi walks onto the dock, looks back at you all, wonders if you're disembarking.
Esdor would come behind him and disembark with him.
Your little homie from earlier says, "Oh, thank you for protecting us."
Someone who is grateful. Wonderful.
And he says, "By the way, I'm not a pacifist. I just want to see the Tower of Contemplation."
You gave me the impression that you were.
No, no.
If you're not a pacifist, then why didn't you attack the creatures that were attacking us?
I gave you a bardic inspiration.
Oh, you're a bard. Oh, I see.
There is much to contemplate at this tower.
I might not be a
100%.
pacifist, but I'm not a fighter. The people on the boat protected us from the creatures. La 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 la. And he skips down the dock.
I see. You know, at first I didn't really believe you, and you were saying no one helped you, but I see now you were being serious. Just watch. Okay.
Yes, they just watched their loved ones be killed.
Oh, wow. I'm glad we're
I'll
going to the Tower of Contemplation.
chase after the little bard and ask him if anyone he knew died.
Jesus.
Oh no, I'm traveling by myself.
Has anyone you've ever known died?
Yes. My mother. And one time I had a friend that died. Why do you ask?
I suppose I'm curious how you keep such a chipper mood.
Well, I suppose we're all gonna die, aren't we? So we may as well enjoy the time we have.
Oh,
Life is short, so have some fun.
Wow. Very
Silence, what's your god like?
Oh. Well, it is mostly a god of war and such. It's very popular in my country. I am not super keen on worship, though. It is not a forefront of my life. So, I mean, I could give you some information, but it is not my forte, as one might say.
I think I might simply have to do my own research and come up with my own satisfying solution.
If it is not a god per se, but I could teach you a bit about my beliefs on philosophies.
Sure, maybe we'll have a chance to discuss them.
Indeed, I have so much information to give.
I look forward to hearing more, Salif.
Wow. And here I am just reading books.
Reading books is quite valuable. I mean, you all, I was there at the Mage's Library, or the library in Montcafa, learning, but real life experience is much more valuable.
Yes, I concur.
Kaz, are you a religious man?
Honestly, I would say I was, but after the death of my wife and child, I didn't really see anything as worth following. So I just more uh I try to fill in the gaps and just help people as I once believed God's helped others. So I'm not against them or nothing like that. It's just none have appeared to me, so I worship them.
Ah,
Yes. I go my own way. Hmm. Hmm. You know what? How about you, Mickey and Crash? I've actually, I don't know. I think I know one of yours, but the other one is kind of a mystery, especially now.
I mean, I grew up with the teachings of Mufender, and that's still kind of very important to me. And I've also uh, understand some of the teachings of Jaith to help control my magic a little bit. So those are some important to me. But you gotta live uh, with what's in front of you. You can't be concentrated with what the gods always have to say and do. You gotta do what's best for you.
Hmm. That is good. A little bit surprising, but that's nice.
and you, Sarah?
Mhm.
Uh, I am not necessarily religious per se, but I do have a place in my heart for Fetlan. My mother was very religious, and
Mm.
she was able to command miracles and do a bit of spell work, and that was very impactful for me. So I spare a thought or two for Fetlan.
Wow. Commanded miracles, you say?
Yes, it's all muddled, of course, but she could do magic.
Hmm. That sounds quite intriguing.
It was uh, very helpful
Hmm.
and special to all of us.
I imagine so.
Well, I suppose we'll learn more of Fetlon in this tower as well.
Mhm.
You stand discussing this on the dark, opaque green crystal docks, the water crashing on the crystals, uh, a sort of grassy, but not in a cheery way, island stretching behind you. Um, Many undead that serve Sarah a steed. Um, One of you thinks back to your abandoned cart back on the island. Uh, you have 5 zombies standing with you. And your friend Darius. He points he points up the dock onto the island and tells you there's really only 2 ways to go. If we go to the west, we will go to the tower, and if we go to the east, we will go to Branna's turn. Um, I imagine you know where you want to head?
I believe so.
I'd like to head straight to the tower.
Mhm.
What is Brandon's turn, by the way?
Oh, it is an interesting place indeed, Branna's turn. It is sort of a a tourist destination, you could say. Although, you know, the only tourists that come here are the pilgrims. There was this old man that built a lighthouse on the eastern corner of the island. Even though the entire lake is covered with mist and the only ships that ply the seas of the lake are the magic boats. But he built this lighthouse, and he has a science and magic workshop going. And then this village built up around it, around Brana's workshop, and it's called Brana's Turn. Um, and yeah, they do things over there. I have not gone. I just hear about it. Um, but I think we want to take the low road. That is pretty much the main road that's on this island, to the west, from the Crystal Landing here. Unless you want to, you know, do some touristy stuff.
Maybe we should take a small reprieve in Browner's Turn. It might loosen our spirits a bit, get us more prepared for the tasks, the grave tasks ahead of us.
I would not be opposed to this idea. It'd be nice to just. Well, I mean, I suppose. Well, no. I had more rest than all of you, but still, it'd be nice to see you all have a little bit of rest, I suppose. I'll leave the decision up to you. You're the ones who fought and all.
Practically speaking, rest would be useful, but are we not on urgent business?
I mean, it is nearby. We're already on the island.
Yes, and as our bardic friend said, we're all going to die anyway. Might as well have a little bit of fun on the way.
I would prefer not to die, so let's.
I mean, you're an elf, though. It will take you like hundreds of years.
Hey, all of you could stay with me and never die.
I'm good.
For sure. Hey, it's totally your choice.
We should
but
start
it's
walking
an
Yeah,
option.
yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
not talk.
I think we need
Maybe
to
we should have a
pick-
silent walk.
Silent.
You
Gather
can
our
just
thoughts
ask
for
me
a
to be
bit.
silent. You guys can talk if that's more comfortable.
I'll be honest with you, Sarah. As much as what you said frightened me, what Kaz said also frightened me.
What do you mean?
Okay.
Well,
What about those onions? How about
Oh.
cooking
Hey,
onions?
let's get back to the
I
onions.
nearly forgot. I've got to get to chapter 4.
gotta cook it in 3 different ways, am I
I
right?
forgot the name.
Fry.
Oh, amazing.
Might be in my notes.
Delicious.
Darius says, really? After hearing about the murder at the tower, the dragon attack, and now being attacked by thoughts, you want to
Yeah.
go to the tourist destination?
I guess it is kind of important to check up on.
It's my job to protect you.
Look, I'm gonna be honest, Darius. You're giving us mixed signals here.
I was just telling you what's on the island. I am here to protect you. You make your own decisions.
We did just watch someone die, and then their family member was so bereaved that they jumped off the ship.
I think I've seen a person die every day for the past 2 weeks, and that's as long as I've known all of you.
Oof.
We might need that break. Maybe
Well,
sanity check.
If
Yes.
pilgrims go to this tower, then certainly there are accommodations for them. We can rest there.
Oh yes, there are free rooms at the tower for pilgrims.
Oh,
Good
question.
All I'm saying is you just went to an emporium and bought all sorts of things. So I don't know, but I am here to protect you. I will kill anything that tries to kill you.
I think we should go back on the boat and go to the forest.
Look, let's
Really?
flip a coin. If it's heads, we'll head to the tower. If it's tails, we'll head to Brando's turn. And if it lands on its side perfectly, we'll head back on the ship and go to the forest.
Oh, please.
All right, let's flip a coin.
Let's flip it next to some
I don't
peculiar
have a coin, so
shaped concrete.
For sure. Here's a gold piece. I don't have money.
Here's a gold. Here's like.
I got a gold JFK coin right here. So.
All right,
JFK, let's go.
All right, JFK. I know you lost your head before, but don't do it again. What is what?
Heads is we go to the tower. Tails is we go to Brando's turn. If it lands perfectly on its side without falling, then we're going back to the forest.
Oh, what's up?
Brando's turn. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Tails.
So
All right.
close to being on its side.
Focus. Okay, well, it's tails.
Which one was that one?
We're going to Brando's turn.
JFK lost his head a second time.
No.
Jesus.
Snap.
All right, let me close all of the stuff about the
Oh no.
Just alt tab it. We might turn around.
Yeah.
It might be a quick time in Brando's turn.
A quick time.
It's fine. All the NPCs are visiting Brando's turn right now, so.
No, all the pilgrims are going to the tower. They're pilgrims, so.
Oh, we didn't need to talk to them anyway.
They're just sad because everyone they knew just died.
Yeah, I mean, objectively sad. At least one of them seemed like, oh.
But he wasn't a pilgrim. He was just a
Oh
bard.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, what was his deal?
I do not know.
Maybe we should have talked to him. Maybe he could have told us. He could have decided for us and said, "Go to the tower."
Yeah, very sensible.
Yes. He actually kind of resonated with Cazador, not gonna lie.
That's funny because I think Andre completely thought that you and that kobold were like complete opposites.
So, wait.
Because you said you gave up on life when your family passed away, and he was like, "Whatever, party time."
More drinks for me.
Cool. The expenses just went down to 1. Let's go.
So you guys start walking. You walk away from the docks, walk onto the island, and you're on a dirt road that heads north. It's still kind of misty on this island. It's not that thick fog that was on the lake, but it's a gray mist that it's just like very humid, slightly foggy air, and there are a lot of dead looking trees on this island. It's a big island. Like, it's not like you can see the other coast, the other side of it when you start walking. But you just see a forest of spindly trees, and just one road, and the one road leads north and comes to a T, and one road heads to the west and one road heads to the east. And Dayu says, east to Brenna's turn.
What's west?
I think you know, Andre. You are a smart man.
Is it the tower?
Yes, there are only two directions to go.
Maybe we should flip the coin again.
Why? No.
Any
Feeling
last
pity
minute
for Jake.
decisions?
You
Onward to Branna's turn.
you
Only we
may,
can commune with the gods to see which direction we
I'll
should
cast
go.
augury.
Algorithm.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Oh, do you
Can
want
you
me to do
actually?
that? It'll take.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I can for
We
sure.
got her to have augury in her spell
Remember,
book so that if we ever can't decide, we can decide, and then we never used it.
It's also a ritual spell, so I can do that right here, right now. We got 10 minutes.
Sure. While she's casting that, I think Celeste is gonna be thinking on the rhyme that she inadvertently did with the kobold, and she's gonna try singing in Abyssal.
I love the idea that the whole time Sarah is ritual casting augury, Andre and Darius are like, Andre's just like, so what's at the tower? So what's at Branna's turn? Well, maybe we should, but maybe we should go there. And what's
Hey.
over
What
there?
is north?
Maybe we should take the road less traveled, by which the road that is no road, straight ahead.
Maybe we
Let-
should go
Into
into
the
these
coast.
woods.
I kind of
Yeah.
suggested
With
this as
dead
a bit. I
trees.
guess I'm casting the spell.
let's get a description of what the ritualistic casting of augury looks like from Sarah.
Sure. I think on the grass, just for flavor, the ground beneath me shifts and I make like a little ritual circle that just fills in with that sort of obsidian metal. And I make a ritual sigil and my hand sort of sinks to the ground and sort of liquefies and connects to the obsidian on the ground. And the sort of glowing whites of Sarah's eyes go dim and dark for, I think, 10 minutes for this ritual.
Yep.
And I ask God or any explainer being which direction we should go.
So
We can
the-
get wheel for good results, woe for
Ah.
bad results, wheel and woe for good and bad results, or nothing for results that aren't especially good or bad. So
yeah.
let's say, should we head to the tower?
There.
Yeah, you get back nothing. The DM will tell you that the one place is a tourist trap that's got nothing to do with the story. The other place is a huge complex area that has everything to do with the story. And it is completely up to you what you want to do with your dime. This group did spend 2 or 3 sessions at taverns rather than advancing the plot back at Elenia Toth. So it's whatever you want.
This is the group I think that other groups meet on their way to save Elenia Toth. And we're just wasting time with
We're the B side. We're Elenia Toth B. We're the...
We are.
Yeah, not only were you
BT.
guys not only were you guys spent like 2 days at a tavern, but you also spent like 2 sessions peeling potatoes. Also Sarah almost started up a college simulator.
Yeah.
Like if you can just finish experimenting on me, I'll go to college in this world and just have like give you classes while the rest you just wanted to be tied to a table while the rest you're like, please tie me to a table for like 8 sessions while the rest of the party advances the story. We'll just keep going back to cut back to Sarah, who's floating in a blank space.
I totally thought the first time that was mentioned, I totally thought it was going to be like Sarah died overnight because we let her walk into the restrained table.
they assassinate me.
Yeah.
For sure.
They suck all your blood and run it through the blood machine to do tests.
What? Oh, the
So,
funny thing, wizard. We took all the
yeah,
blood and she died. So weird. I didn't see it coming.
We only needed it for a minute, but I guess, she really wanted her blood or whatever.
I know. Can you
Prima
believe
donna.
some people, am I right?
I guess if you ask the gods whether you should go to the tower, like and based on how the spell, I think you would get back that the gods would tell you that if you go towards the tower, you'll get both weal and woe.
Okay,
Get both good and bad results.
cool.
If you subsequently cast it and ask it what'll happen if you go to Brana's turn, you'll probably get a nothing.
Okay.
So 20 minutes later,
So 20 minutes passed.
I think we decide to go to the tower.
Does my 2 performance check distract you while you cast this ritual?
My roll of concentration.
I don't want to railroad you. If you guys want to go to Brana's turn, you can. It's a cool place. There's no reason not to go.
Check it out afterwards.
It's up to
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
for sure.
gonna go to the top of the tower and the island's gonna crack in half and sink into the sea and we'll never get to go to Brana's turn.
No, my souvenir mug.
No.
Now
I was gonna buy a snow globe from there.
Oh.
Okay.
Change what happens at the end of the chapter.
Oh.
Figure out
After-
the ending.
I was going to spend like 20 gold on a read game, man. Dang it.
If
Oh,
you guys want to go, you totally can. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna put up a poll. I'm gonna put up a poll,
so
and that will be the final decision. It's up to you.
I wonder if you would just nickname it Banana.
What?
Banana?
Yeah, Banana's turn. Kind of like
Oh,
banana, like banana.
That's
That was
almost
young.
as long as
That's
the actual
longer.
name.
I know, but
Longer.
I know, it's like adds personality. You're like, hey, you've been to Banana's turn before, man? Oh no.
I'm a
Red banana.
banana.
It's like,
Not the fruit banana. It's the
no.
it's the town banana. That's not
Yeah.
called banana.
Yeah. It's totally different.
I'm missing one vote.
Is it yours?
I can't decide.
Aw.
flip a coin.
All right, I'm gonna do what I always do. I'm just gonna roll a die.
Nice. Let's
All
go.
right, let's see what I get.
Oof.
All right. Evens go dick around. Odds progress the story.
Nice. Oh yeah, I loved your
That's
wording on
odd.
that. Oh, let's go.
That is a unanimous vote to progress the story.
Go.
Will you overrule it by reminding everyone of the coin flip? Everyone has voted to go to the tower. But I hope none of you feel railroaded to do so. You are
No.
welcome to go to
No.
Brana's turn. Darius is like, oh, I thought you wanted to go to Brana's turn.
Okay.
But you know what? It is a more logical decision because you are looking to save the world. There is a murder at the tower. Also, the prince told you to find someone there. One of you is a were-rat and is trying to cure it.
Ooh.
I think there are like 2 other reasons.
It's
Maybe
just his insomnia. It is not a big deal.
Oh yes, yes.
I was
Indeed.
there when he was eating people.
No.
Dias, we should start walking
That was a
before
dream.
you make me change my mind.
Let's go.
So you guys start walking. This Darius tells you this is called the low road. This road is called the low road, the one that we are on.
I hear it's less traveled.
Yes, it is the low road. We are taking the low road.
Is it lower than the other?
How
No,
low can it go?
the whole road is called the low road. I don't know why. But it's a wide, flat, hard-packed dirt road through a forest of spindly trees and misty mist. And you head west and west, walking for hours. Um, did you guys get on the boats at the end of a day without resting?
Can't recall.
Sure.
Don't
Yeah, it
remember.
was like later in the day.
I think it was like 3 p.m. or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, actually we did, yeah.
yeah. All right. Now it's night. Uh,
Ooh.
Darius is like, I think we can get to the tower before, it's too dark. I mean, now it is dark, but yes.
Maybe
Uh,
we should go back and sleep at the tourist trap.
well, that is about equidistant from the dock, so
Uh,
uh,
what do you think, Andre?
Uh, why don't we just keep walking and we'll camp when we get to the tower?
Mm. Or
yes.
Nothing bad ever happens in the dark.
no, never.
I'm sure they would give us beds in the tower,
Mhm.
Um, yeah, so you guys walk for a while, and eventually you start to see a shape in the dark sky above you. If the sun were up, you would see the tower. But you can't because it's dark out. Uh, Darius says, I assure you, it is very impressive to look at. I'm sure we will see the exterior in the morning. Um, and you continue heading forward. Um, and the low at the you start to see in the distance some torches flickering in the night, and there are also occasional pilgrims who walk by you, still headed towards the tower at night, and eventually you come upon a large open courtyard with torches flickering around it and a massive open door that has a lot of light coming from inside it. Uh, this is a huge pair of open doors, and it's hard to see in the darkness what exactly this structure is. The doors themselves are probably 10 stories tall. But from what you can see, the doors are made of this white, semi-opaque crystal, like a quartz. And you see the bottom of what you imagine is this tower that's been described to you that bursts out of the ground in both a geometric and floral pattern with 12 equidistant buttresses around the outside of it. This door appears to be between two of those buttresses. And even as it approaches around 9 or 10 p.m., uh, you still see people in their robes milling about in this courtyard in front of this building, and you see just a massive room beyond that door, like the size of 4 aircraft hangars. And what are you up to?
I think.
Sorry, go ahead.
You go ahead. It's all right.
I was just gonna ask if there's anywhere that looks like it would be a place for us to set up for the night. I think that would be the first goal, is get somewhere to sleep.
I mean, if you want to set up in the courtyard in front of the tower, you could. Darius says to you, they have a mess and sleep for pilgrims. You know, like all these people travel and then they get free food and place to sleep. So there is that. But you could also camp here. I don't think anyone would mess with us.
Dias, I think we'd all like to sleep in a warm bed tonight.
Would Cazador know if like he would turn if he like went with them all and just like made rest?
All you know is what
Like,
has happened so far.
nice, okay. I like the mystery.
Is Miki able to see like his hesitation on his face?
He would show. Yeah, he would. It would be very visible.
Miki will just kind of message you saying, "Don't worry, we can get you all tied up and make sure that you don't hurt anyone in the night."
Kazor will message back with like a sigh of relief. Oh, thank you, Mickey. I was a little bit hesitant for a moment there.
Yeah.
I thank you.
No problem. I understand your curse is difficult on you, so anything we
Yes,
can do to help.
thank you. I don't want to be too much of a burden.
It's
You
not
know.
too much.
Thank you, Mickey.
Darius, since you are seeming an expert on it, do you know where the food is supplied from? Who brings it over, or do they grow it here?
I do not know. You know, I have traveled in Parvus quite a bit, but I have not spent much time here in the tower itself.
Is there like a front desk situation? Is there someone that we can talk to figure out where to go?
Well, I think the first thing to do is enter, you know?
Oh, I thought we already entered.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Now you're in this big open courtyard, and then there's these giant doors, and you see a massive room that is lit behind them, and there are people milling around in the courtyard, and going into that room beside behind these massive 10-story doors. You're heading in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys go into this room. It is, like I said, the size of like 4 aircraft hangars. It's huge. Perhaps if it were earlier in the day, it might be filled with people, but there are fewer people around now. You do see pilgrims arriving, walking into this massive room, and people are just marveling. Some of these very uh, somber pilgrims up till now are just staring at the ceiling. You hear people saying, I can't wait to look at it in the morning. And the ceiling also looks like it was organically grown and flowers and crystal. Just this huge like hemispheric dome of a room. And as the pilgrims arrive, some of them are greeted by a couple of tabaxi. They're standing very far apart. You also get the idea that if perhaps it were earlier in the day, there might be, I don't know, more of them. But you see one, let's see, Miki and Celeste, give me a perception or history roll.
So now let's go.
Go with perception.
Ooh.
Hey, natural
Snap.
20 or
Ooh.
26.
Let's go.
I'm
Second nat.
perceiving.
Okay, yeah, so there are two tabaxi here. One is in yellow robes and one is in green robes. And some of the pilgrims are talking to them, exchanging words with them. The tabaxi are gesturing them into the building. And you recognize, both Miki and Celeste recognize that the one in green robes is the one that you saw back in the village at the store. It's Icy Trick. And the other one is wearing yellow robes, is smiling. You can hear this person laughing as they're talking to pilgrims. And it's a big open space with a couple 100 feet in between the two tabaxi that are greeting these late arrivals. You could talk to either of them, or you could continue forward. Dayus says, if I remember right, there's are a lot of rooms that sort of connect to one big central room or something. Maybe it would be better to talk to, I don't know.
Miki, that one is one you ran into, is it not?
Did I ever tell?
I think I
Oh yeah,
saw
I did.
I saw them go in, and then I think you said you
Oh
got in
yes,
some
yes.
trouble.
Oh yeah, okay. Oh yeah. So she shouldn't know who I am. Just if I ever disguise myself as a tiger tabaxi, then she will definitely catch on. But hopefully she won't recognize who I am.
I imagine if she could, then she would have known you were in the skies in the first place.
Ooh.
Very well. Shall we talk to them or avoid?
I don't see why not. We can probably ask them where the sleeping quarters are. At least it'll be nice to have a person that we know inside.
Yeah.
So you,
Sorry, go ahead.
no, you.
I was gonna say, let us go then.
So you're going up to the green one?
Yeah, we go up to Icy Trick, the green one.
All right. So Icy Trick is finishing a conversation with a pilgrim. You hear her saying, yes, yes, just pass through there and you'll find it right away. And you see that she is a black cat, a black tabaxi with yellow eyes, wearing this green robe, monk robe, and she greets you, not recognizing any of you, and says, "Ah, hello, welcome to the tower. You all are not dressed the same as others, a different sort of group."
And yes, we just came in. We're kind of journeying. I think we saw you over in Moncafa just a few hours ago, just passing the town.
Oh, yes. Yes, I was there. Yes.
Mm,
It's always good to see the town and give the magic boats a little ride.
we're hoping to find out, since it's our first time here, at least, and since it's so late, figure out at least a place to rest.
Oh, of course. Well, there is there is, of course, the mess and sleep which is right through there. You just go into the main central room, and there's the mess and sleep there. There's the room with the bread line, and a number of other different areas on the first floor. So yes, make yourself at home. Welcome. Are you all religious pilgrims?
No.
No, can't say that I am.
Kind of. I am, at least.
Oh, well, and she nods her head at Andre. Excellent to meet you, Pilgrim. May you find Fetlan in your heart here. May I ask
Possibly.
what brings all of you here if you're not pilgrims?
I'm sorry, this is unrelated. You probably get this a lot, but are all Tabaxi as beautiful as you? So many I have seen, just gorgeous, and you are no exception.
It's hard to tell that she's blushing underneath her black fur, but you get the feeling she is, and she looks at you and sees what's going on with you, and says, "Ah, you are clearly a follower of Fetlan as well, no?"
Uh, no, not in any direct sense.
Oh, well, welcome.
But perhaps we could discuss these beliefs. I have many questions about it that last time I asked someone, they got very upset with me, and I only wish to learn.
Oh, well, of course. Well, and some another pilgrim walks in and starts talking to her, and she says, "Yes, right down there. Yes, the mess and sleep. Welcome, be welcomed." And she says, based on one of that person's question, yes, the room of sacrifice is to the east when you hit the main room. It's a wonderful place to practice rituals of that sort, and waves them ahead.
I'm gonna note that down. I want to see that place later.
Yes.
What is the room of
Sacrifice?
sacrifice?
She says, well, as you know, Fetlan is a god of self-sacrifice, and there are many ways that people follow through with that. So the room of public sacrifice is a place where people can show Fetlan their praise in the company of others. Uh, I hope that answers your question.
I think I understand.
Hmm.
So she turns to you all. Well, I hope I've answered your questions. If you wish to sleep, there is plenty of room for all here in the Tower of Contemplation.
I do have one more question. It might be of a bit more sensitive in nature. Um, and I'm gonna get a little close and kind of say it in a whisper because I don't want, people to freak out if they haven't heard. We've heard that there's been some murders uh in the Tower of Contemplation recently.
She holds your gaze for a moment and appears to try not to make an expression.
We
Uh,
were hoping to investigate if the rumor was true, since we are not as devoted as some of the pilgrims who come here usually, we might be able to see if we can solve the issue, if it's some sort of creature or if it's, I don't know, some sort of misunderstanding, we could at least clear it up.
she says, "Oh, well, I appreciate your sharing those vicious rumors. Well, if there were any trouble, it would be a matter for the 100 Holy Ones. but I assure you everything is well here.
Well, there is also the matter of the thoughts that we saw on our journey over here. Are are you acquainted with them?
Thoughts? I'm sorry.
These strange, intangible, nearly creatures. As we rode the boat over here, we encountered them, and unfortunately, they did take the lives of some of the pilgrims who were making their way here.
She looks confused, and then she looks upset, and then she looks like she's steeling herself to calm, and then she says, well, that is upsetting news. I will need to speak with the other 100 holy ones about that.
Then there's also the possible dragon that sunk one of the boats that we were going to attempt investigating. If you have any leads on that, and I mean, to be honest, we were partially hoping you could at least offer some proof that these rumors are unfounded, but as you seem a bit taken aback, I'm worried that we may need to do some more investigating for all of our safety, not only our own, but possibly that of future pilgrims.
Okay. You can roll persuasion and insight.
Sure.
Did my flirting give him advantage?
Let me do persuasion first. I have a +3 to that.
Ooh.
I don't know why, but I feel like I had one D&D exhaustion. Does that sound
Yes.
familiar?
You didn't sleep at night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you didn't sleep
Oh.
Oh, we still haven't slept, right? So I'm
No.
gonna.
one night.
So I have a +2.
If you
This
have
is
inspiration.
Do I have inspiration? Hold on. I do have inspiration. Let me go
Let's
ahead
go.
and hit that inspiration real quick.
Okay.
That's a 13. It's better than a natural 1.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
persuasion, and here comes the insight, which is going to be +1.
Watch it be like a 19.
This one's going to be the natural 20.
Oh,
Or the natural
Nice.
8.
Natural 8.
So yeah, your persuasion is low and your insight is low. But I've told you what the expressions are that you're seeing on her face as you're talking to her. Um, she hears everything you said, and then she says, well, the tower is primarily for pilgrimage, so I think it would be good for you all to get some rest here. Um, that way towards the mess and sleep area.
Oh, which way did you say the room of sacrifice was also?
Oh yes, it's to the east off of the main room.
Thank you. Do you guys want to go straight to bed, or do you want to do some night investigation?
I have one
Uh.
last question. It may be a long shot, but I want to ask her. Have you perchance seen an entrance Tamerwin? That's also one person that we're kind of looking for. He was last seen here.
Oh, that's not someone I'm familiar with, I don't think. Tamawin. I did see someone in. There was a fellow in teal robes who, but I hadn't spoken with him. Sorry, I can't be of more assistance with all your questions. Usually, I just help pilgrims arrive and proceed to praise Fetlan. And she looks at you, Sarah. Are you a tabaxi?
Mm. Yes, yes, I am. Not. Yes, I am a tabaxi.
All right. Well, welcome everyone.
Mhm.
And someone else comes up and the person is sort of limping and stuff, and she says to that person, "Oh, look at you! You've hurt yourself while pilgrimaging here. Um, in the morning you can seek medical attention. Yes, we can bring you up to the sixth floor and get you healed."
I'll cast heal wounds on that person right now. Or cure wounds, yeah.
Okay. You do that. And this older lady is like, "Oh, thank you. What a relief. I had tripped and fallen and hurt myself while walking here, and now my leg feels as good as new." Um, and Icy Trick turns to you and says, "Oh, what wonderful powers. You could consider joining the blue facet if you were a tabaxi." And she looks at your armor and your weapons, and a pacifist, of course.
That is not among my interest, unfortunately for your situation. She's gonna wipe the blood off her mouth that's started leaking down from her cheek when she casts a spell.
Miss Icy Trick, I feel I must interject. There is something a bit off-putting about seeing someone limp in and telling them that they'll only be healed when they make it to the sixth floor of a tower.
And you piece that together.
Hmm.
That's that's where the healing is.
Whoever made that on the sixth floor is diabolical.
Well,
I suppose no exceptions can be made.
As long as you don't have.
We all must make sacrifices, I suppose.
she says, well, there are 55 floors, so that is relatively low on the
Oh,
floor chart.
Wasn't there, I'm sorry, wasn't there also like a staircase when we got to the tower for the front door? Or did I just have that in my head? Okay,
No,
I just had that in my head.
there's like a 10-story tall, giant open doors and big
Okay.
aircraft hangar foyer thing. And it's a massive open space that you're standing in. And yeah, Icy Trick is like, well, I'm starting to get tired. I think I think my friend over there is going to be on solo duty the rest of the night. Hearty Trail there.
Hearty Trail.
Yes, Hearty Trail. You think her name is funny?
And Miki didn't laugh. I laughed because I was just like, "Oh, ice hot, icy hot." Oh, Hearty Trail.
Hearty Trail.
Okay.
Ah, I see you're unfamiliar with my accent. Have you never been to Elenia Toth?
No, I have. It's sorry. I can be a bit hard of hearing sometimes.
Oh, I see. Well, yes, as very few people tend to show up late, so I think Hearty Trail will Hotty Trail will be alone here for a while. I'll be turning into bed soon.
Before you go to bed, real quick, perhaps a system of pulleys and levers to. It feels a little inaccessible
The
with
tower
the
has
healing on the sixth floor.
Well, it's I am not in charge of such things. I am not one of the 100 holy ones. I'm just a monk. But it's excellent to make your acquaintance.
I'll get started on a letter, and
yes.
maybe in the morning you can tell me where to send it.
It was lovely speaking to you, Miss
I'll let
Icy Trick.
I'll let one more person roll persuasion on her.
Miki,
Yeah.
Miki doesn't.
Yeah, I can roll persuasion if I knew what we're rolling for. I zoned out for a sec while writing notes.
I know
Wait.
Sleth really wants to use her class feature where she has advantage on persuasion checks to get
Oh,
to
Yeah.
follow her religion.
Yeah. To
But
follow
yeah.
my creed, but I don't think it's gonna happen here. I just I want to try, but I don't think it's gonna happen here. So also my Christmas sucks.
YOLO.
all right, Miki, ooh, tell me what you're saying and roll it up.
What I zoned out while writing notes. What am I trying to persuade?
Well, you guys basically haven't gotten any information out of her. And so if you want any, you'll need to persuade her to share it.
Oh, okay. Well, if
She's been kind of stonewalling you, changing the subject, getting distracted on purpose, not really answering your questions.
well, we consider ourselves quite good at figuring out solutions for people. We helped out some people in Elenia Toth a while back, the prince there, and you know, if you have any more information, you can potentially share it with us. So we are quite knowledgeable about some hidden stuff that's been going around, supposedly around the continent so far. So if you have any sort of information you can give us, it would be very much appreciated.
Roll it up.
Survival of the fittest.
Persuasion.
Walk it off.
Big dice, come on,
What is my persuasion?
you should be high charisma,
Yeah,
Huh?
I am.
not my -2.
How about my +7?
Oh
Oh,
my goodness.
snap.
Hey!
Ooh.
For 26.
Yeah.
So, what specifically do you want to know from her?
Uh, what does she truly know about like the rumors about the murders? If she knows anything specifically about like anything weird going on, people acting strange, stuff like that.
And the phone number.
Trying to steal Celeste girl.
No, she does find her attractive. Just
Wait, and is this like out in the open where it's like nighttime? Because all I'm imagining is like it's dark outside and she's like black fur tabaxi, and so Kazor is just not seeing anything but eyes in a robe. And then Celeste is over there like you're beautiful, and Kazor is just seeing the night, like what?
Japanese in.
I do want to
I
say
know.
my mother-in-law taught me a phrase in Korean that I might butcher right now, which is "ipin koyangi," which is like pretty cat.
Aw,
So
Oh.
she's always saying it to her cat.
snap.
So Celeste, riz it up.
Yeah.
So, this lady looks at you, Miki, and says, she lowers her voice and sort of stoops down to the group and says, yes, what you've heard is true. At least as far as I know, that there was a dragon attack and that there was a murder. I think if you want more information, you should talk to Burden of Chains, the 100 Holy One, on the 19th floor. And she can help you. She knows a little bit more about it. But what I can tell you is that Harsht Sparkle, that was the murder victim, she was stabbed 5 times. But I think the person who would know the most would be Burden of Chains on the 19th floor. So that is what I can share for now. That is what I know. And she lowers her voice again. I would advise you all that if you are looking into this matter, to keep it very quiet. The tower is a place of safety and peace. So we would like it to remain that way. And she kind of shakes her head and she's like, I don't know why, I just trusted you with that information.
No spells cast this time. And then I message back saying, thank you for the information. We'll make sure to keep it on the utmost secrecy. Thank you.
We will have.
She reaches out her paw and places it on Celeste's shoulder for a moment.
How tall is this tabaxi?
He's a little bit taller than you.
Oh, okay.
You're how tall are you again?
She's 5'5". She's not like super short, but
she's like 5'10".
oh, okay.
She puts her hand on your shoulder and says, it was very nice meeting you. I can be found on the green facet floor and sometimes here in the courtyard. Have a good night, pilgrims and adventurers.
Let me hold on. I check my spells real quick. Don't have it prepared. Never mind.
You wanted to cast Fall into Bed with Me?
No, I was gonna I
Cast
cast it. No,
Sleep.
I was gonna cast Bless, but I don't have it.
You wanted to upcast a level 3 Fall into Bed with Me?
Yeah.
I
Actually,
cast.
can I use 5th level 45 hit points
Oh, dang.
to cast Dominate Person? No, I'm just kidding.
I cast Slay the Dragon.
No, I don't have Bless prepared, so I can't do it.
I like her justification is I can't do it.
Yeah.
All
I was gonna
right.
cast Bless, not
Oh yeah,
not
for
Dominate
sure, for
Person.
sure. Oh
I'm
yeah.
gonna cast Bless.
Oh
but,
yeah, for sure, bro. Yeah.
All right. So do you guys just head on in, or any
Mhm.
more flirting with black cats?
I was asking before we started talking to her, do you guys want to check out the room of sacrifice and investigate there tonight, or do you just want to go to bed and we'll do all that stuff tomorrow? The only reason I mention it is because besides that one person who she just told about the room of sacrifice, I imagine it might be emptier since it's nighttime.
Kazor would be down.
yes, it would. I
He's
am.
not.
Sorry, go ahead, Castador.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say he's not really that ecstatic about going to sleep, so he would go.
So that can go either way. She is already almost at half hit points.
Celeste, you look a little worse for wear. Perhaps we should rest first now that I'm looking at you a bit closer.
I tried washing off the blood, but
I feel
can't-
like you
yeah.
got most of it, and that's the scary part.
Yeah, yes. Also, there is salt in that's dried up in where my residual limb is, so it is chafing.
Sounds very
bit.
uncomfortable.
Well, uncomfortable I can handle. Infection is more risk.
That's
Oh,
very
shoot,
true.
yeah, that must burn.
I have experienced the worst.
Mhm.
I can tolerate it.
All right.
Yeah.
Too
Hmm.
bad.
Yes.
Let us
Too bad.
rest, yes.
All right. You guys head north and you thought that the foyer was large, but you head into a massive central room that is very similar to description in description to the foyer, except like 4 times that size. So I guess it's the size of 16 aircraft hangars. It is a huge hemispherical dome. It takes a good couple minutes to walk across it. And you are entering through the southernmost door frame. You see doors on the west, northwest, northeast, east, southwest, and you came in through the south. And there's another door that's between the northeast and the east. So I don't know what you call that, but and Icy Trick had told you that the mess and sleep area is to the northeast. It's through the northeastern door off of the main room, and that the room of sacrifice is through the door to the east. That's what she's told you so far. Dayu says, I have never been off the first floor here, but I must say, the second time is even better than the first. Wow. Look at this place. And it's an arched ceiling. Flowers seem to, massive flowers like the size of boats seem to grow out of the ceilings. And crystalline geometric patterns shoot their way across this massive hemispherical space.
I've never felt so small.
I
Do you
concur.
think all the floors have a ceiling that high?
Particularly leading out to the 6th floor.
That's my worry.
Well, I believe if someone could make the pilgrimage, then they are likely in good enough shape to make it further.
I mean, the lady you healed made the pilgrimage, but
Indeed. I have no legs and I made it.
you have a point, but not one that I'll easily give you.
Has
A
anyone
point,
ever
nonetheless.
told you that? Just walk it off or no?
Yes, I have heard that one. I have heard break your leg. I have heard if the shoe fits.
Ooh.
You know, I have heard various different ones. Different languages have their own. There are many in Abyssal. I have not heard many Draconic.
Is Abyssal the language that you were singing in earlier?
Yes. Not no bard like the kobold, but yes, it is.
I'm not familiar with the language. It's the first time I've heard it.
It is very common for Yuan-Ti to speak. It is as well Draconic. We speak numerous languages.
Wow. That is fascinating.
Yes. If you wish to learn, I could teach.
Actually, yes. Another language would be nice to have just in your pocket.
I do not keep it in my pocket.
Oh no, but for me, like
Oh,
I don't see.
a little dictionary, perhaps. I shall begin writing.
Oh, thank you.
Sarah and Crash are gonna swap spell books, and then Sylith and Kaz are gonna swap
Dictionaries.
common to abyssal
Yeah.
dictionaries. Yeah.
I can teach you a little bit Elvish, or
I know Elvish.
you know Elvish.
I do.
Wow. Wow,
I know 4 languages.
that is amazing, outstanding even.
I only know Common and Elvish and Common Sign Language.
I know of 4 languages.
Now that you mention, I know of many actually. Yes, I only know Common and Elvish as well.
And do any of you know Draconic?
I know how to roar.
That is not quite it.
Oh, okay, my bad.
I know Common, Orcish, and Dwarvish.
Hmm.
I do not know either Dwarvish or Orcish. Perhaps we can all learn some languages together.
Perhaps.
Sure. I could teach any of you Tabaxi if you'd like.
That I feel like would be most useful here.
Mhm.
Absolutely. I don't see why I didn't think about that earlier. That's been nice. Thank you, Crush.
Sure.
When in Pavus, the Tabaxi language has use, as they say.
Oh, which one of these doors are you guys headed to?
Whichever one has beds.
Yeah.
All right, so you head to the north east door. You have this conversation you've been having while traversing this very large open space. There are a couple people here and there walking between door frames, but mostly it's a huge deserted open central space. Um, Eventually, you arrive at the northeastern door, and you go through it. It has a white stone archway, and above the archway is an image in the crystal of a bed and a bowl and a bed and a bowl. And you go through that door and you see a large cafeteria-like room. Um, However, it does appear to be shut down right now. Um, there are many long tables with chairs. There is a place where somebody might spoon something out of a pot. Um, but is currently uh, unmanned, unoperated. There is a pretty large open door on the other side of that room, further northeast. And as you walk through the empty cafeteria mess hall, you see that that has a crystal image of a bed that seems to have organically grown into the archway over that door. Walking into that room, you see another large room. It looks like a bunkhouse. If anyone's ever been to jail like I have? Looks like Wayside. Three bunks stacked on top of each other, uh, and just a giant open space filled with bunks stacked three high. There's an open space in the middle of the room, and then stacks of bunks all around. There are plenty of people who are asleep in these bunks. There are a few bunks that have little candles in between them. You see a couple people sitting and talking in their white pilgrim robes, with candles lighting what they're doing in between a set of bunks. Seems like maybe some groups traveled together and took certain areas for themselves, while others might be here for a few days and have met each other. So people are sort of whispering to each other in between their bunks, hanging out perhaps before bed. But a lot of people are asleep, and there are empty bunks. Again, like a bunk bed, but with yet another bunk above that one. Um, and there are some areas that do have chunks of bunks that have not been taken.
Do we see the kobold bard?
It's pretty dark and it's a pretty large room, and there's a lot of people that are asleep. So you can make a perception or investigation roll. Um, you can also tell me how hard you want to look. You want to just stand there and look around the room, or do you want to go hunt amongst the bunks?
I'll do like a quick look. If I see him, I'd want to try and find a set of bunks nearby him. But if I don't, then I don't think it'll really be worth it. That's 11, and that's -2, so 9.
Yeah, you don't see him with a 9.
All right, then I move on and just try to find a set that can keep us all in.
Yeah. In the southeast corner of the room, there is an empty pair of there is an empty set of three bunks, so 9 beds total that are sort of clustered together that don't have people in them. And you guys can stake them out as you see fit. The walls and the floor and the ceiling in this room are more like a massive rectangular prism, but they are all made out of this semi-opaque white crystal. But the bunks themselves are metal and wood.
Are they like semi-private? Do they have like doors? They just stacked up next to each other like a prison bar not like a prison barracks, like a military barrack, or is it like rooms?
No rooms, one big open space.
Okay,
My
military
frame
barrack
of
type thing.
my frame of reference for it is a jail, but there are plenty of other things that are like that, I imagine.
Mm.
Ezra will message over to Mickey. Oh no. Uh, what do you wish to do about the chaining up?
That is a good question.
Hmm.
Well, we can hope that you don't transform, or we can put lots of blankets on top of you while you are constrained.
Um, I think the blankets would be good. I don't like my chances.
Yeah, we can tuck you in kind of like there's a type of food back home called a burrito. So we can tuck you in like one of those.
Ooh, what
So
a
that you can't, with your manacles, you can't move. Uh,
oh, but how would that work? Isn't that like a sandwich? Like, or
like
how is that?
you tuck the blanket underneath you, kind of like you are the meat, and then you
Right?
just kind of get like rolled.
Oh, you roll it.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. Nice. Sounds delicious. I thought it was like a sandwich. Okay.
No, I mean I guess you can technically call it a sandwich, but it's not a sandwich.
I hate to interrupt this role play, this classic burrito based role play, but I'm super tired and we're hitting the 1:30 mark. So, how do you tuck this fellow in?
Uh,
Any way you want, bro. Kazor will let you do it.
so
Anyway.
I will manacle like with I guess the wall of Seleth, Sarah, and Andre just kind of blocking view. I will manacle Kaz and then kind of just lay him just on the bed and just burrito with blankets, and then just kind of have like a night like put like a little pillow over his head so no one can really see it, I guess.
Just tell people I'm a leper.
I think 100% at this moment, Andre forgot that Cazador was a lichen rat. He is focused on like making sure that the zombies don't get found out, if anything.
Oh yeah, that's oh yeah.
It will exactly be like what Gaunt put in Discord with just a pillow over his head.
In a burrito.
This is how
Burrito.
all the pilgrims of Fetlan ended up with lichen rat therapy.
And that, dear children, is how the rats took over.
Before I have him make a luck check to see what happened to him during the night, uh, what are the rest of you doing before you go to bed, during you go to bed, etc.?
Uh,
I think Andre is going to be helping Sarah have the zombies blend into their surroundings. I think that's how I'd put it.
Yeah.
We are
Keep them
All
so
going
right,
a little better.
suspicious.
Now lay
Yeah,
down there
bro.
and don't say anything.
Mhm.
No, not like that.
I will definitely command my undead to at least keep an eye out for if Kaz transforms and to have them wake us up if anything happens.
Okay.
The good
I
old
will
tabaxi
purposely
hug.
have Kaz on like the
Hmm.
top bunk, so that's you at least have to look up to see him.
Okay. And like Kessler, he would ask Mickey like to like before he goes to sleep, like to tell him about more about like elves and stuff like that. Kind of like a little bedtime story, you know, but yeah. Well, you know, it's lore, it's lore.
Hmm.
Roll me a luck check.
Okay. Just a nat D20.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think just to clarify, Celeste would sleep on the floor.
Oh, oops, not really.
Tell us more about that.
About the luck check?
About the floor sleeping.
Oh, uh, she just generally tries not to. I think she would sit on the bed, realize it's too comfortable, and then she would just sit down on it just to at least take off her metallic legs for a bit to clear out the salt, and then she would take whatever blankets there and put it on the ground, and then she would lay on the ground with the pillow directly on the floor, so that way she wasn't too comfortable.
Nice. Any mechanical stuff people are doing at night, you know, recasting familiars, changing whatever, doing things. We'll probably end in the middle of your sleeping, but just let me know any stuff that you're doing.
Rest cast, mage armor.
Yeah, same here. And if I need to recast, I don't think Find Familiar. I don't think Lean To goes away at night, so I think he'll just sleep on top of me.
Yeah, I don't
Or
think I
just
need
that.
to do anything. I have mostly combat spells at the moment, so I will say not mechanic wise, but yeah, once
Oh,
the zombies are dealt with, Andre's absolutely like sketching out schematics of like a system of pulleys and levers to make like a dumbwaiter, or like that you know that like thing in some old houses that you pull on the rope and it like has a little box that goes up and down a floor, just like that for this place.
Oh, yeah, I would cast aid before we went to sleep, so at least while we're sleeping, people have. Oh, I guess it really wouldn't make sense because I could only cast it for 8 hours. Never mind.
by the way, I'm gonna swap out sending or swap out ice knife for sending.
Nice. Gotta stay in touch with Fia Charles.
And we gotta know what happened to
If
the
she's still
world. We were
alive.
asleep for a month.
She's probably dead.
Hey,
Let's be
Theo,
honest.
what's up?
If you
How's life?
It's okay, I'll bring her back. It'll be fine.
Good as new, good as new.
Andre became obsessed with creating an elevator for the tower. All right. So you go to sleep. Kaz does not transform during the night. Celeste cleans the salt off of her legs and puts them back on before she goes to sleep. She wakes herself up an hour before her long rest ends and casts aid, thereby creating aid for the next 7 hours after you wake up. I'm just gonna put rest cast aid on my little sheet, and I'm gonna calculate what the numbers are later, when it's time, when we need to know, when someone pokes you with a stick. Any other final flavor bits as you go to sleep in this massive bunkhouse inside of the tallest structure in Elenia Toth on the continent of? What's Sarah doing? How's
Uh,
not sleeping? What's her not sleeping looking like?
I think because Andre made an effort to make my undead look a little more natural, um, I feel like they're also gnomes, so maybe they're two of them are sharing, like the four of them are sharing one bunk, so like two on top, two on the bottom. I don't know. I'm like trying to be uh normal-ish looking for the sake of my party while also casting spells and being a little necrotic freak. I think just in a bed, like sitting down, sort of looking at my spell book and being spooky.
Okay.
Eventually, my eyes go dark as I go into my actual rest.
And any other flavor from anybody else before we end our session?
I do got a question. Is it always like a lady with an injured leg, or was that just how it worked out this time?
What do you mean always? Oh,
Well,
in the foyer?
yeah,
Uh, a magician never reveals his secrets.
I'm so sure. Was I the first one to catch that?
So that's where we'll end our session today.
Cool.
And raise your hand if you have inspiration. 2.
Yeah.
So we can go for 1 inspiration vote for the other 3. Something you enjoyed about the session. You know what? Usually for in-person games, I do scheduling last, but I'm going to do scheduling first. Something you enjoyed about the session, something you enjoyed that another player did, and inspo vote. I'm so tired. This week has been so tiring, and Saturday and Sunday are nothing but plans from the beginning to the end of the day. So it's going to be an interesting weekend. If I collapse in a heap, it'll be my fault for overscheduling. So next Friday, I'm going to be in New York City, and I'm not going to run a game from 2 a.m. to 4:30 a.m. Because I'll be on a business trip and I'll need to wake up at an appropriate time on Saturday morning to do some more stuff. So we have 2 options really. One is skip, which is probably what we'll do. But I think the other option is 11 p.m. to 1:30 a.m. New York time. If all y'all so if you're on the West Coast, that's 8 p.m. start time.
I don't get off work till 9, so
Hmm?
Yeah,
Uh,
I'd be down to skip if someone can't make it or something. I'm free the whole day, but like I'm fine either.
Let's see. And if we started at 9:30, that'd be midnight 30. So it'd be going right 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 12:30 to 2:30. That'd be 12:30 to 2. No, that'd be 12:30 to 3. That's too much, right? 11 to 1:30, 12 to 2:30, 12:30 to 3. That's too late. I think I think 8. I mean, I think 9 would work. 9 Pacific would work for me. But that's right when you get out of work.
Yeah, I'm okay. I don't mind skipping, or if you guys want to do it and I just show up late, doesn't matter.
I'd vote for skipping also just because I don't know what the schedule is gonna look like for Larissa next week. So
Well,
I don't know if I'll be around or not at that time.
I will say that I'm always out of sorts when I DM from other places besides my house, and the Tower of Contemplation is hella intricate. So yeah, yeah. I hate skipping though, but let's fucking skip.
Yeah.
So the
I don't
next
want to miss flirting on Tabaxi ladies.
you're just gonna seduce all the tabaxi. Um So Friday, June 14th, Flag Day will be our next game. All right.
Flag.
We go, yeah. Com's got flags in front of him and behind him.
I got a flag right there, a flag right here, a flag over there, and a flag right there.
It's Com's day. St. Crispin's Day. All right. So, oh, what's that?
Nothing. I'm just like, I made a flag just right now. It's falling apart.
I have my anime flag, I guess.
The D&D flag, the character sheet.
I got a wall.
All right, y'all. Check out Miki's first.
All right. Yeah, I very much liked seeing the Tower of Contemplation. It's nice to finally put an image to this thing that's been in the like group lore document for the longest time, and now it's just like, oh yeah, it's this giant freaking quartz tower that's like 12 that looks like some sort of budding plant with 12 petals. I just like the very image of it in my mind. And like I like how prone to being distracted we are with us almost going to the tourist trap. I love that situation. I loved Calm's trying to romance the tabaxis, and yeah, I have to say my inspiration would go to Daniel though for trying to come up with ideas to make the tower more more handicapped available.
We need a ramp.
They do.
All right, one for Daniel. The tower needs to be an inclusive space for all peoples, including legless Seleth. All right, Eve, you're next.
Very fun session. I liked distractions. I liked being scary to Andre. I think it's funny the conversation where I don't know. Great
I think
dynamic.
you just said it was Kaz said we're all going to die one day anyway. And you said, not if I bring you back.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was that
Yeah.
scared me.
Always an opportunity. Yes, I'm very tired. Other things that happened. The descriptions were beautiful. The tower is very cool. Specific character moments. I thought there was a lot of cool philosophy stuff from Celeste. I think it's interesting to hear her perspective, and a very principled character coming through and talking to all these monks. I enjoy constantly having to deal with Castor's lycanthropy, therianthropy, uh, I, clever, weird ways that we do that. As for inspiration vote, who doesn't have inspiration?
Me, Miki, and I think you.
Okay, I will give it to Miki for getting that banger 26 persuasion check and getting us all that information.
Nice.
The
It's a
powerful
banger, yo.
face.
Face. All right. It is calm.
Ah, I really enjoyed the dice. What are you going back and forth? And I enjoyed the description of the tower. I haven't been here as long to hear hints of the tower, but you know, other than just the more recently. But I very much like the description of the grown crystal. I don't know why, but I didn't imagine it as being like a crystal structure, even though you might have said it before. I just didn't picture it, so it was nice to put that image in my head. So it was very very excellent. And then something another player did. I liked Miki's net. Get that high persuasion. Otherwise, I was just gonna try and later on meet up with this tabaxi and like try and coax information out. I do genuinely just want to talk. Like, I don't mean to get these people mad. I just don't understand. Oh, the character just doesn't understand it. But
Well, there are like 300 monks in this tower, so I'm
yeah,
sure you'll get somebody to talk to you about this
right,
stuff.
right. It's gonna happen before we leave. But it was good getting that information out. That way we can at least have something to look up other than just hey, do you know about the dead guy? Hey, do you know about the dead guy? We could at least get some information. Uh, and then I like Daniel's. All right, I just gotta start making an elevator. We gotta figure something out. This ain't working. Like, especially with how tall these rooms are. It's gotta be a Mount Everest hike to get up to the top. Uh, I think though my also I like the burrito uh burrito Kaz at the end. Like I said, that's just becoming like a nightly ritual to all right, you gotta get chained up. He's just like, yeah, it makes sense. Very
Hopefully, it doesn't
enjoyable.
develop into a kink or something.
Right?
The night is yeah, who knows?
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see how it goes here in the Tower of Contemplation.
In the
I think,
tower.
yeah, but I think my inspo is gonna go to Miki for
All
that
right.
that clutch persuasion.
All right, Daniel.
Something I enjoyed about the session. I enjoyed all the names that you've given these pilgrims, I guess, like Harsh Sparkle and Burden of Chains. I thought those are very interesting and memorable names. But I also really liked the I should have wrote it down. It was just in my head. I really liked the interaction with the icy trick.
Uh-huh.
And just Dias, the interaction with Dias, where it was just constant back and forth, even if it wasn't intentional. Because I do love the idea that Andre's like, Dias, you said we should head to the tower. Let's head to the tower. Well, we could head to the tower, but the world's largest yarn ball is just 10 feet over there. Really, Dias? The world's largest yarn ball. Well, maybe we gotta check it out.
We're driving to Vegas and we're passing by the giant thermometer.
We get to the
We might as well
crossroads,
stop.
and it's like, all right, so to the right is the world's largest yarn ball. What's over there, though? The tower. Um, that's what it was. I love that interaction with Dias, and I love Dias's kind of emerging personality, the way he's I'm just here to help, but also, if you want a distraction, there is one over there. Something another player did that I enjoyed was Miki and Kaz's little role play at the very end there with the burrito, I thought was great. And then just Silith's kind of I love the way Silith interacts with people, because I feel like Andre kind of stumbles about conversations. Miki kind of very persuasive and everything, but Silith has such a different approach that I feel like it's always really fun to see you play that through.
I hope I come across the way I intend her. She's not understanding of people at all. You're
Yeah,
crying? Why?
yeah. It gives me the vibes of like when you meet someone who's like, worked in like construction or something for a long time, not very social, and then and then they say something very bluntly, and you're like, wow, that was kind of mean. They're like, why? How's it mean? It just is what it is, you know? But yeah, I'd give my inspo vote to Calm for that. His performance is Silith today.
I already have inspo,
Oh
but I
no.
Oh
appreciate it.
no!
I appreciate it though.
I will vote
That's how you know it's
for
genuine.
I'm a vote for it's Miki and Sarah, right?
And you, yeah.
And you.
And me. I'm a vote for Sarah, so then we're in a three-way tie.
Oh, why you gotta do that?
Miki has 2 votes right now.
Okay, so Miki's in the lead.
Yeah. All right, Kaz, Zach,
Okay.
Stan.
Yo, I really enjoyed the session, like especially like I really like looking through like Cazador's eyes and just coming into this whole thing like after the fight and after all these people are like crying, that guy lost his wife, and Silas over there like, what do you mean? That's natural. Why are you crying, bro? And like it was just hilarious just to try and piece together in my own head and his head what happened. And then the poor guy drowning himself was tragic. I was like trying to think of a spell I could use. I'm like, no, it's just better if he just goes, man. Oh no.
Should I
I
add him to my kill count?
Yeah,
Sure.
100%.
You're keeping a kill count.
just like Jack from the Titanic.
You talked him to death.
Bro, that's impressive with I'm not gonna lie.
Didn't even have to roll for it.
No, that was pure psychic damage right there. That was mind flare level.
That was literally emotional damage.
It was like Baldur's Gate 3. You just got the option because you're playing Selette's path. You can make this guy just kill himself right now.
Dude, I loved everything. I loved the interactions with Mickey from the beginning to the end, from when Mickey noticed Cazador's face and messaged to him, and then Celeste just like immediately just complimenting that Tabaxi woman really caught me off guard. But it was more of a throwback to when he was catcalling Mickey as a Tabaxi when she was going in. I was like, oh, I see what you're doing. And it was nice. And I like the burrito conversation. That was legendary. That was special to me. That was nice. Something I enjoyed that another player did, I really enjoy like Andre. Andre's a super, super good like glue, it seems like, because he has really good chemistry with Mickey, with like the whole stealing thing, and then he has really good chemistry with Sarah, with the whole zombie and contemplation thing of just talking about how to hide them and what it actually means to be a zombie. Do you feel? Do you not feel? Do do I need to put a little crown of intelligence on one of them? It's nice. Inspo vote has to go. As much as I want to make it a tie, I'm gonna give it to Mickey. That was nice.
All right, Alex, you've got the inspiration vote. You've got the inspiration. So the left side of my screen has inspiration right now. And oh no, I dropped a die. That was fun. I was like, are these guys really gonna go to Brana's turn right now? Do I have to close all of these different documents about the Tower of Contemplation that I have open and pull up all this other shit about Brana's turn? Um, and but like I personally didn't want you to go, but I I absolutely refuse to railroad you. So I have Darius like, don't you want to go do your quest? And then you guys are like, oh, he wants us to go to the tower.
Well,
Let's fucking go to Brana's turn then.
we were all like, let's go to the tower. And then Dias was like, well, there is Branna's turn. And we were like, oh, what's Branna's turn?
My initial thought whenever you just suddenly mentioned Brana's turn, I'm just like, oh, town around the tower? Maybe they know shady stuff about the tower. Ooh.
Yeah. I was thinking
But
more
no.
carnival rides.
Maybe that's where the murderer is hiding. And not, $5 snow globes.
Yeah, the tower is such a massive place. You don't even need a village. There are 300 monks that live in the tower. But yeah, I'm obsessive about like, oh, I don't want to tell them what to do. And then I'm like, I just did. Oh no. So anyway, I feel like you guys made your own decision about where to go. And you did cast augury and get some additional information that one is a tourist trap and the other one is where the plot is. So I will rest in comfort that you made your own decision. Yeah, Saleth is going to get somebody to talk about their religion sooner or later, but I feel like they're gonna mostly react negatively. But we'll see.
What?
Maybe there's a place for a persuasion check relating to your religious purpose. I
Yeah,
just feel like we need to understand exactly what your religious purpose is a little bit
yeah.
more.
We could DM about that.
We're doing a lot of religion diving
Hey.
lately.
Well, this whole section is meant to make us ask some questions and reflect on various things. What is goodness? What is the utility of violence? Giving of oneself is good, but how and in what way? And in what way is it silly? And uh, so I really like all the discussion of that, and there's a lot at this tower that is like a bit much. So yeah, enjoyed getting you guys tucked in. And Sarah Sarah and her zombies playing dollhouse with the zombies and brushing their hair and stuff. It's pretty entertaining. And now I got to try to figure out how to work an elevator plot line into this tower.
Is there not like some sort of magical lifts? Because it seems like torture
Apparently
going up
not.
the 55 floors.
Sacrifice your well-being to Fetlan. Walk up several thousand stories.
We don't believe in
I
hurting
still-
people, but
The
we
idea of
believe
the
it.
lady limping in, and then she's like,
Yes.
yeah, just go up to the 6th floor. You can get healed there.
Yeah.
I missed my opportunity there to be like, why are you complaining? Just climb.
Yeah.
I think I wanted to impress the Tabaxi though, so
Yes, the juxtaposition is evocative. And Kaz, what are we gonna do about your were-rat therianthropy? Well,
Knows. Wherever the wind takes us.
gotta get you to a swamp, girl. Gotta
Yeah,
get you hugged up on a corpse flower, yo.
absolutely. But first, gotta visit the Bonanza Tens or whatever it's called.
Brana's
Banana turn.
Banana
Banana
turn.
turn.
Yeah,
What you were
banana turn. Yeah, banana turn, man. After that, I think the lycantherapy. Ooh, that's over. It's over, man.
Don't
It's
forget,
over.
I gotta do my Tinker Tools checks to make the elevator.
Oh yeah. After that and the bonanza turn. Ooh, it's over.
It takes a
And
lot
then we need to
to
go
assemble
find
to make an elevator.
Gabigan Dan again.
Oh yeah. Okay, after those three things, man, it's Jover. It's Jover.
Gabadan is clearly one of those characters that just crops up in all the different hubs in the different acts. You know, there's always like that character that's in every village you go to.
We meet his cousin Dabagan.
So you're saying if we went to Brenna's turn, you would have been there?
Uh, who knows?
I'll cast
Who knows?
Augury again.
We gotta check it out after. We gotta see if Gabadan's still there, hustling for his dragon chest money.
He's like the cabbage guy from Avatar.
Yeah.
No cabbages.
So unfortunately, we don't get to play this for 2 Fridays. We'll be playing 2 Fridays from now. But I see all of you at other games throughout the week. So except for Zach,
Yes.
gonna get Zach worked into the other shite.
Absolutely.
Zach, drive out here and play in Daniel's game tomorrow.
Oh, it would be
I
fun.
got you. I got you, bro. Yeah.
You're like in another state though, right?
Yeah, I'm just in Texas, you know, not that far.
It's only
Texas
it's only
Only
a 2-day drive.
24-hour drive.
Only
Yeah.
2
Yeah.
days, you know.
Yeah, it's 2 days. You
With
could
no
just-
traffic, so
That's true. I
Oh,
mean,
bro.
it took me 16 hours the first day, and then like 8 hours the next day. 6 to
be
8 hours
careful
the
of the
next day.
speed traps, because if you get caught in the speed trap, then it's
It's the Arizona State Troopers that get you. I
Yep.
was going 1 mile per hour over the speed limit, and he flashed the lights on me and told me to slow down.
I've been
Oh,
hearing a lot of people tell me lately that like the border patrol is pulling them over when they cross state lines, which is not something they're like legally
Yeah.
allowed to do, but
what?
What the heck?
yeah.
That's weird, especially like as a Texan hearing about that. Like, get those people over here, bro. What?
I once drove 24 hours straight from Austin to LA.
Dang.
It was bad news.
It's a long
But I'm
drive.
very proud of it. I'm gonna brag about it for the rest of my life. Guys, 2 Fridays from now, the next episode of Elenia Toth B takes place right here. Same bat time, same bat channel. 166 average damage in the first round.
I might have to drop
Yeah.
into that Sarah campaign or something for this week just to get my D&D fix.
Yeah. To be prepared, Sarah. I was telling Jake. I put it in the on the community or on the DM one for that game. I did my average damage now for first round. Nova. It's average 166 damage.
Yeah, we're
Every
gonna
character,
we're gonna
400 hit
be
points.
with 1,000 hit points.
Don't worry, Eve. I'm gonna roll up my character in like an hour, and their only thing is that they can cast friends and every non-damaging spell in the game, and that's it.
He'll be named Sir Schmoopy.
I'm just gonna be continuously finger of death. That's what's gonna happen to me.
I got 10 fingers. 10
10 fingers of death.
He's gonna be a minotaur, and that's it. That's it.
All right.
That's the story.
For sure.
He's always saying I'm like a bull in a china shop, and no one knows what he's talking about.
That's literally a concept for a character I had.
Uh,
Oh.
Great minds and good like.
All right, y'all. I'm going to
Hey,
bed.
guys.
See you
All right.
soon.
have a good one, y'all.